Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Okay, so one of the things that I want to sit there and kind of address before we get started with this review is this certain level of praise and admiration whenever Taylor's in town. Okay, um, Steffi is just randomly thanking Taylor for being in town or something, and I'm like, you're practically praising an absentee parent, an absentee mom. And before anyone says anything, yes, I understand they are grown ass adults now, but in a sense, it's like Taylor was, as far as I've been watching the show, Taylor has always just been kind of going off other places. She talks about how she likes to travel and this, that, and the third. But I'm like, Reg is always there though. Reg is always there with the kids and stuff like that when she's always gallivanting, helping other people around the world. When I was watching it, Steffi was not there going through a blank problem. And she was nowhere to be found. You know? When she had that accident, I didn't see her. I didn't see her coming to town or anything like that. So, this praise and admiration every time she's in town, it's like, oh, it's so good to have you in town. It's like, you've been missing so many important moments where your daughter and your son could have used you. But let's sit there and roll out the red carpet every time she's here. It's like that hug, for some odd reason, just annoyed the living shit out of me. I'm just going to keep it real. Um, Now, she does sit there and say, you need to be careful for Hope as far as your marriage is concerned, right? And Hope is not there talking to Brooke. Brooke, at this point, has to. You would, in a sense, think that Hope has brain damage because the amount of times that Brooke has to sit there and tell Hope, yo, listen, he's a married man, he's committed to his wife. When she starts out saying, well, Mom, you gotta admit that he's a hero, he's a good man. What the did she just say? It's like, you can't be this dumb. Now, Hope is getting kind of annoying. She's all like, oh, stop, I know that, I gotta keep away from him. Well, the problem is that if you knew that, you wouldn't have kissed him in the first place. So let's not sit there and try to act like she doesn't have to sit there and keep, just keep, smacking this into your head about how you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Because while you will sit there and say, well, I know that I shouldn't be doing it and stuff like that, you knew before. You knew before that you shouldn't have sat there and kissed him, but you let your emotions take control. Then you sat there and you talked for 20 minutes and made nothing but excuses. So excuse Brooke, but she has a reason to sit there and keep trying to drill this into your head about how what you're doing is wrong and you shouldn't be doing this. And as a grown-ass adult, no adult should sit there and need this amount of talking to. But here we are, with selfish-ass Hope, which, by the way, comes in Steffi's office, or Eric's office, if we're going to be real, and starts trying to do this fake kiss-ass scene where it's so good to have you in the office. And Steffi's like, yeah, whatever. Let's talk about that failing-ass line of yours and how you need to do better. Now, Hope starts with all these different platitudes and, we should try to do better. I know we've been at odds and stuff like that. And all this other yin-yang BS that has nothing to do with what's on the table. Steffi stands on business and it's like, yo, listen. You want to sit there and come in my office and talk about how you're happy that I'm back, you care about me, my well-being, and my family and everything. Well, then practice what you preach. Don't be like Mom Dukes. Do better. Stay your ass away from my damn marriage. Otherwise, there's going to be some consequences and repercussions. Okay? And it's not like Hope was not sitting there talking to Brooke, talking about, well, now she's back, she's going to be gunning for me, she's going to be gunning for my line. Brooke is like, just, keep doing what you're doing. But the point is, like, my whole thing is hope. You sit there saying she's going to be gunning for you and gunning for your line. But then maybe you need to sit there and start working on it more, making sure that it's better. This way she doesn't have anything to gun for. As far as your line is considered, if your line's top notch, she's not going to have anything to gun for. Hell, she didn't like Brooke, but she has to then give Brooke her props. So get your ass back on that damn line. Or, you know, I don't know what to sit there and say. I mean, Thomas is your best chance. RJ's still pretty new. You better hope that RJ can come through. Because I don't really have a lot of faith in Zenday. And I sit there and say it because when Zenday was with the quote unquote master, Eric, they couldn't produce the same results. So you better hope that the golden child is able to sit there and pull off a couple of miracles. Otherwise, your line is done. And to be honest, it is what it is. Sick and tired of the excuses. You know what I'm sick and tired of already? Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems like we're stuck with his ass. Well, plays matchmaker, which is really odd because he said that he wasn't trying to play matchmaker when he was with Katie by himself, and that all he wanted was Katie to be happy. The minute that they come in Bill's place, he's like, well, why would you sit there and even be concerned with Poppy when you have a very fine woman right here? Well, I think Bill knows that, and he doesn't need you to sit there and remind him of what kind of woman that Katie is. And also, he doesn't need a reminding of how he effed up. I don't know what is with this whole these kids like Johnny and EJ on Days of Our Lives feel the need to start chastising their fathers. It is absolutely ridiculous. He owns up to it, but it's like, I don't need you to sit there and tell me that. I know what I did. I was aware of what I did. I spent 3 years trying to get her to get back together with me. I don't need you to sit there and remind me of something I already know. Shut your goddamn mouth. How about that? I'm like, when is this kid going back to boarding school? When is that going to happen? Because, that would sit there and put a smile on my face. Is when his ass is actually gone. He doesn't need to be Katie's cheerleader. You can do that far away. We don't need to sit there and see you. I think that's about it. Hold on, let me check. Nope. Of course, we got the Taylor and Brooke scene. And long story short, Taylor is Oh, we got two more things. We got Taylor. So Taylor's not there blaming Hope for Steffi leaving town. And tells Brooke, hey, listen, check your daughter. Check your daughter because it's not going to end well for her. She's going to want to get her feelings hurt. Your daughter's being inappropriate. And Brooke tries, like, well, I don't think it's like that. Then what is it like, Brooke? She's being inappropriate. And she's like, well, I don't think it's really like that. Or is it that simple? You don't think it's that simple? Okay, let me sit on the couch. What is it like, Brooke? No. Why don't you sit and explain, your daughter's actions? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to sound exactly like what Taylor's saying. Now, she's trying to be all elegant about it. But what it really comes down to is, she's like, yo, listen, keep your damn daughter in check. There's too many men in LA for any of this to make any damn sense, but do something about your damn daughter. Now, Liam comes in, and Liam, at first, Finn was like, what do you want? But Liam came in to thank Finn for saving Steffi, saving the mother of his child and, just, stepping up, He was like, listen, I've been kind of on your case and stuff like that, and I've been kind of harsh on you. So it's like, it's nice to sit there and see that, you can come in there and give him his props when he need, when his props is deserved. And see, this is, on some level, when I do these reviews, when I talk about a show, and some people will sit there and say, Albert, you're so harsh on this show. You're so harsh on these characters. Why are you so harsh on Jocelyn? But no one remembers when I've actually sit there and give her props. I love that. I love it. So I understand where Liam's coming from because people always sit to remember when Liam comes in there and Liam says this and he says that and this and that and the third. He's constantly sitting there on Finn's ass about something that he felt that Finn has done. But people don't sit there and you know, honestly, tell you the truth, we can sit there and have this conversation, say 7 months. Where Liam is sitting there acting like, well, Liam. And not one person is going to sit there and remember this conversation where Liam actually says something nice. Now, yes, I'm aware Liam is a scumbag, okay? While he was sitting there giving him props, he also sat there and kissed his wife like 8 months ago, and his wife didn't say a damn thing. Shame on her, shame on him. But I'm talking about this specific thing that he actually did. He came in there to say something nice. And no one's going to remember that. Because people tend to choose to remember all the bad stuff and rarely any of the good stuff. Now I think I'm done. But of course, if I forgot anything, because I feel like I forgot something, write in the comment section below. Or better yet, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows. Bold and Beautiful, Young and the Restless, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some stuff to say about that. Days of Our Lives, and General Hospital. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.